Kingdom Hearts 3 is a game that almost feels like a myth at this point. With release dates being pushed back again and back again, I almost feel like the game may never even happen. Come on, Square, I know you're addicted to your games having an insane level of polish, but you revealed this game back at E3 2013 for God's sakes. It's alright though, I understand, take your time. Time that in turn will give me plenty of time to discuss what improvements Kingdom Hearts 3 should make, or could potentially even be making already. This is the top 10 improvements Kingdom Hearts 3 should have. Before we begin, I'd like to briefly mention that this is all just fun speculation. You can have your own ideas about what you want in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I do in fact encourage that you leave a comment if one of those ideas is something I didn't come up with. I'd love to hear it. Also, this list will mainly focus on gameplay elements. If there's a demand for it, then I'll make a separate list saying what story elements I'd like to see happen. Let's give it like 50 likes on this video or something. I'm not begging for likes, I just want to know if that seems interesting to you. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 10. Bring back the feel of the original Kingdom Hearts levels. This is going to be an extremely controversial pick, seeing as many dislike elements in Kingdom Hearts 1, such as the platforming, but I felt that those elements gave the levels a bit more personalities to them. It made them feel a bit more fleshed out. While there are other games in this series that did bring back more of the platforming elements, I feel that those games didn't really touch on anything else that made Kingdom Hearts 1's levels more unique. For example, there are a lot of points within Kingdom Hearts 1 levels where you can use your magic to cause something to happen to the environment, whether that's for unlocking a new pathway or for finding a particular secret item. There was also specific world activities that you could do depending on the world you were in, such as the vine swinging in the Tarzan level. There's this great sense of connectivity within Kingdom Hearts 1, and seeing as a main goal of Kingdom Hearts 3 is to utilize the technology of the PlayStation 4 that couldn't be replicated on the PlayStation 2, having extremely large levels with this sense of connectivity would be a fantastic experience. Number 9. Introduce a Square Enix world, because my favorite thing in this world is controversy, isn't it? Alright, I get it. It's a tradition to only have the worlds in Kingdom Hearts be based on Disney worlds, and to keep the Square Enix references relegated to simple character appearances. I get it. But how much more interesting would it be to have some sort of Square Enix property-based world in Kingdom Hearts 3? Imagine Sora, Donald, and Goofy traversing around Midgar, or Sora using flow motion on the buildings in Shibuya. You've already got some of the Square Enix characters interwoven into the storyline of Kingdom Hearts, so why not use some of them to their fullest potential by temporarily putting them into their own worlds? You can even have some sort of interesting storyline in these worlds that ties these worlds to the Heartless, sort of like what you already do with the Disney worlds but for a Squaresoft world. I do realize that characters like Waka, Tidus, and Selphie have their own history within the Kingdom Hearts lore, but characters like Neku, for instance, aren't really tied to anything specifically Kingdom Hearts related, well, with the exception of flow motion, and on top of that, who says it has to be from someone who's already introduced into the Kingdom Hearts canon? Square could even just go crazy and put in a Secret of Mana world just to give a wink and nod to the remake that by the time KH3 releases will have been out for quite a while. Number 8. Console-related Easter eggs. Seeing as this version of Kingdom Hearts is being released on multiple systems, I feel it would be kind of interesting to see some console-themed Easter eggs dependent on if you're playing the Xbox version or the PS version. For example, for the Xbox version, maybe we could see some sort of Halo-inspired Easter eggs around the world, or for the PlayStation version, you could see some sort of Keyblade that's designed like a God of War weapon. I think adding entire console-exclusive worlds might be a bit too much, seeing as that would be cutting more content than I'm okay with, but for small exclusive editions, it wouldn't really make me too mad personally. Number 7. Gummy Ship Travel. The Gummy Ship in the Kingdom Hearts games is a solid idea on paper, but in execution it leaves a lot to be desired. In Kingdom Hearts 1, the Gummy Ship was this weird, sort of slow Star Fox section that didn't really fit with the fast and frenetic gameplay the series was known for. Kingdom Hearts 2 had the right idea by making the Gummy Ship a fast-paced rail shooter, but you didn't really get to see that sort of expansiveness in the levels that Kingdom Hearts 1 gave you. Kingdom Hearts 3D decided to replace the Gummy Ship entirely and have you full dive your way into the other worlds. While that does feel like it's the best fit for both of these styles, it was a little clunky and not really what I have in mind personally. I want Kingdom Hearts 3 to feel huge, And I think in order to capture that feeling, we should be using the gummy ship to travel to every world. So why not have some sort of hub world in space? Have you ever played Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time before? Jesus, I talk a lot about Ratchet & Clank. That's sort of the idea that I want executed with the gummy ship. You can travel around in space at your leisure doing gummy ship exclusive missions, such as battling hordes of space heartless. Or how about instead of having Olympus Coliseum taking up a world slot, we have several small coliseums strewn throughout the hub world that you can then fight the heartless in and get rewards from. Number 6. More in-depth upgradable Keyblades. The spin-off game Kingdom Hearts Key has a fantastic idea in the form of upgradable Keyblades. Basically, the way it works in Kingdom Hearts Key is that you have 3 metal slots. What these metal slots do is that when you obtain different types of metals that you earn with the KH key, the Keyblade then becomes stronger and can use different types of skills and attacks. By upgrading your Keyblade with synthesis materials, the appearance changes to look more powerful, and you also obtain more slots for metals, giving your Keyblade much more potential to be as strong as it possibly can. Now, while the synthesis material upgrades are perfectly fine on their own, I think it would be even more interesting to have similar upgrade system to that of Dark Cloud. Level up the Keyblade by usage, put the materials on the Keyblade, and then once the experience on the Keyblade is reached, you can then upgrade the Keyblade. You could also implement the Synth Spear option from Dark Cloud as well. Let's say there's about 4 levels max a Keyblade can achieve. At level 2 there should be an option that turns the Keyblade into an attachment itself, that can be then applied to different Keyblades of its same class, which inherit its stats and maybe some sort of its abilities. Not its transformation sequence though, those should be Keyblade exclusive. I know there's transformation sequences in Kingdom Hearts 3 now. Number 5. Replace the QuickTime events. One aspect I largely didn't enjoy in Kingdom Hearts 2 was the amount of QuickTime events that occurred within the game. I mean, come on, I don't think anyone is going to dispute with me that Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts 2 isn't one of the worst levels in the game.
See the sign, can you reach it in time? Tap, tap, tap.
Most people who I speak to only really enjoy that level as a guilty pleasure. Thankfully, it has already been announced that QuickTime events have been removed from Kingdom Hearts 3. But that begs the question, how will we get crazy moments like deflecting lasers as Sora and Riku? Well, one idea I could come up with is to make it so that the bosses do some sort of action that allows you to do insane things during regular gameplay. For example, if you wanted to have Sora slice open a building during the boss fight, have him get a temporary Keyblade power that makes it strong and large enough to do so. Number 4. Be able to play as the entire party. Something that has always bugged me when I first played Kingdom Hearts was the fact that I could only play as Sora. I would always see Goofy doing his spinning shield attacks or Donald Duck going insane with his magic. It would be really interesting if I could select which character I wanted as the party leader and be able to play as that character. It would also make getting the temporary side characters like Auron more exciting, as I would be interested in seeing what kind of moveset I get to use next as that particular character. Number 3. Keep the tutorials to a minimum, and this is a big one for me. One thing that has always plagued the Kingdom Hearts games is the insistence on having these gigantic tutorials that last forever. While Kingdom Hearts 2 is an easy target, I still feel like the other games in the series, even Birth by Sleeps and KH1 for example, go on a little too long with their tutorials. Kingdom Hearts 3D sort of had the right idea by making a boss monster its tutorial, but that ended up feeling a whole lot like they just inserted Ursula in for no reason, which made the tutorial feel a lot like filler. What they should do with the tutorial is make it a boss fight, but also make the boss fight story relevant, and keep the more intricate details of the story far away from the tutorial as humanly possible. Number 2. Make flow motion less broken. Kingdom Hearts 3D introduced flow motion into the series as a way of adding some parkour elements into Kingdom Hearts. While it did make exploring the areas feel more interesting, what it also did was remove any challenge a more platforming-centric Kingdom Hearts game could have. While I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 should remove flow motion, there are some large edits I want to make when it comes to its inclusion. Firstly, don't give us flow motion at the very start of the game, as the player needs to be eased into the platforming elements first. Secondly, give flow motion a meter so that it isn't as spammable of a power-up to use. Lastly, if you're going to include a power that allows us to run up a building, you have to at least let me be on the roof of that building. Granted, some roofs can be scaled on in Kingdom Hearts 3D, but not every roof can be scaled on in Kingdom Hearts 3D. Remove the invisible wall limitations on every single building, so that I can be on the roof of every single building, damn it! Number 1. Bring back the Mickey Death Spawn. Within Kingdom Hearts 2, if you died to one of 10 select bosses, there was a choice between 2 messages. One of them was, "It's all over," which basically causes a game over to happen. But there's also another choice you can pick called "I won't give up." Selecting the latter choice gives you access to a playable King Mickey. King Mickey could do 3 basic things: attack with his Keyblade, attack with Pearl, and of course fill up his drive gauge to revive Sora. I would love to see a return to this concept of how to handle continues in a Kingdom Hearts game, and I feel that for Kingdom Hearts 3 it should remain largely unchanged. Anyways, that's it for this list. If you thought this video was good, feel free to subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time.